Seriously, how's the turkey leg? We saw you on TV holding up a lot like it was a trophy. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, no, it was special. I think obviously the joke is not getting a turkey leg last year, so to be able to come in here, get the win, get the turkey leg after, it was very delicious, and just a little something to celebrate.
It's always a huge advantage to be able to run the ball well. It's great for an offense, but why are you guys actually able to run the ball so consistently? You've done it for a couple weeks here at least.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just our offense. It starts up front with the O-line, creating those lanes for the running backs to get through there. The backs are doing a great job just making guys miss. And then I think just the scheme we have, the plays we're dialing up that Steno and Matter are dialing up are, top tier. So, I think it goes all around, but, you get the tight ends in there blocking, receivers blocking, but everybody's just doing their part and, letting this thing go.
Were the elements a challenge at all?
No. It's one of those things that we practice in this every day. So, I think we're ready for it. I can't speak for them and whether it was challenging for them or not, but, it's cold. We practice this every day, like I said, so I feel like we are, accustomed to it.
Jordan, back-to-back games without a pick. A lot of people look at that. Your passer rating's over 100 the last 3 games. Some people look at that. What are you looking at to know that you are playing well and trending in the right direction?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing starts with just taking care of the ball. That's something that I've been focusing on, and I'm trying to do a better job, just taking care of the ball because it starts there, not putting our defense in bad positions and making it easy on the other team. So that's where it starts, and then just going out there, finding completions, getting the ball in the playmakers' hands, is something that we always talk about. And you see these guys, once they catch the ball, they're making some big-time, yak, they're getting some big-time yak out there. So that's really the key to our offense. And like I said, my job is just focus on continue to be great, take care of the ball.
Those lines, are you consciously taking maybe a couple more throws underneath? There was actually a couple plays where I thought there were guys open downfield, but you just took the underneath stuff instead. Is that a conscious thing?
It just comes down to reading out the play, whether I feel like I can make a throw or I might be pushing the envelope too much, a guy might be in that area. So it just comes down to playing fast, reading it out, and, taking what the defense gives us, There's obviously sometimes you want to push the ball down the field and throw some tight window throws, and sometimes you just make that quick decision like, no, I think this is covered, so moving on. But I think really just finding those completions, getting the ball moving, and that's really the key to success for offense.
Jordan, do you feel this this offense is in maybe the best groove, the best rhythm that it's been in as far as this season goes?
Definitely. I think areas we've needed to focus on, red zone, I think we've been doing a lot better in that area, and just trying to stay on the field, keep those drives going, keep the defense off the field. So I think we're getting in a really good groove, and then, to the other point, the defense is playing really well to be able to get us the ball back and, get some stops, some big-time stops against a very good offense. So, it goes both ways, but I think the offense we're playing at a high level right now.
How are you in a better spot to face Detroit than you were here a month or so ago?
Yeah, I think, like I just said, I think we're building a good thing on offense right now. We're getting in that rhythm, finding that groove, and just got to keep being consistent. But, we'll take it another week at a time, and we know who we got this week coming up is a really good Lions team, and obviously they got us the first game. So we'll look at everything, look at all the film, and, put our game plan together. But, like you said, I think just the rhythm we're finding in offense right now, the way the defense is playing, I think we're in a good spot.
It's back-to-back games now where you guys have been very efficient in the red zone. Just how has it felt, and what's been key to that efficiency?
Like I always say, it just comes down to making those plays. I think nothing's really changed in terms of the plays we're dialing up and things like that, but I think it just comes down to making those plays, and I think we're doing that at a really high level right now. And then being able to run the ball has been huge down there, just giving the ball to Josh and letting him go to work. So, there's things that we're going to keep building on and keep striving for it. But I like what we're doing right now, and it's been an area that we said we need to improve on, and I think we've improved.
What do you think of the prospects of him as a cold weather back? You know, you're really hitting the cold stuff here.
Yeah, I mean, we are, since I've been here, we always talk about, you know, when we get teams coming up here and those cold weather games, you know, tackling is a little bit different. So to be able to, you know, keep the ball on the ground and give it to a guy like that who's a very powerful back, and he loves contact and also is an elusive guy. You know, he can make guys miss, things like that. So, you know, I think he loves it, and I think these are the games that he can have some big-time performances. But, yeah, I definitely think it's a little bit different in the cold weather games, just being able to tackle things like that.
What do you think of that jump cut that he had on that 49-yard catch?
It was nasty. It was very nasty. It's one of those you're just sitting back watching, and, you know, you throw a little check down. I know if it might be a catch tackle, and he makes a guy miss. And that move was just nasty. So to watch him run down the field, it's fun to watch a guy like that.
What was the emotion like in the beginning of the game? You guys have been starting so well, but then you got stopped, you have to punt, but then you get the ball right back. You know, you're in goal to go. Just kind of emotionally, what was that beginning like for you?
Yeah, I mean, that's just, you know, sometimes the flow of the game. You know, you always got to be ready, obviously. We would have liked to put a great job together, go down there and score points. You know, came up short, and, you know, we go back to the sideline, and, you know, Daniel has a great punt, makes them bobble it, and we're able to get it back. So it's one of those sudden change situations that you got to be ready for. And obviously, getting the ball in prime field position right there, you know, I think everybody had that mindset, like, we're going to put this one in and make up for not being able to score on the first drive. So, but I think anytime you can start the game, get the lead, take a 7-point lead early, it sets up the rest of the game.
Jordan, I know you got to go one game at a time, and the next one's a really big one. But do you feel like the way you guys are playing, we always hear about complementary football. I mean, do you really, are you guys playing your best football as all three phases? And what does that mean for you in these last 5 games?
Yeah, I think so. You know, since we got back from the bye week, that's been the focus, is playing complementary ball, and I think the last couple of games we've been doing that. And you know, obviously it takes everybody in defense to be able to get stops and generate turnovers. Special teams making you know, a game-changing play, which they did tonight, and then offense being able to capitalize whenever we get those sudden change scenarios, great field position, and just playing off the defense. So, you know, the name of the game for us is, like we said, playing complementary ball, playing off each other, and taking advantage of those, you know, situations that we get like we did tonight. But, you know, I think that's when we're at our best, is when we're just playing off each other and playing good complementary ball.
What's the two-back set give you? What do you think of that?
There's a lot of things we do. I mean, you know, you get a lot of motions, and, you know, that's when we get, I think, the defense on their heels, wondering which back we're going to give it to. But, you know, we have some pretty good packages out of the two-back set. And obviously, just having, you know, whether it's Emmanuel or Chris in the backfield next to Josh, you know, that just gives us a good advantage. So there's a lot of good things we can do, and I think, you know, we're just going to keep dialing up some good plays out of that, keep the defense guessing.
Is there more of that you have? Is there a lot more that goes with that you haven't shown yet?
Definitely, definitely.
Jordan, a couple of those out routes, like the first one to Jaden Reed, those are minuscule windows, and if it's 1 inch to the left, it could be a pick six the other way. What gives you the confidence to make that throw and the ability to make that throw?
I think that's just how you got to play the position. You know, you got to be confident in every throw you make, and you know, obviously the defense and these DBs are very good players. You know, the windows are always going to be tight. So, you know, you just got to be confident, and obviously the footwork, the timing, everything's got to be on point. Because if, you know, you're a second late, it could be a pick six. But, you know, I trust my guys that they're going to be able to give me a little bit of room to work with and run good routes. But, you know, that's how you got to play the quarterback position, is be confident and let it rip.
Two more. Wicks had that drop early, but then he made a handful of plays right down the stretch of the game. What would it mean to get him back to himself?
Yeah, it mean a lot. You know, Wicks is a very good player for us, and, you know, obviously, you know, one drop is never going to, you know, stop me from throwing a guy the ball. So it's one of those plays where you'd love to see him make it. He doesn't make it. You know, it's that on to the next mindset. It's just, you know, kind of flush it and move on, because, you know, like we always talk about, when you just harp on it, it's going to not let you do anything good going forward, I think. So, you know, it's just that mindset. Flush it. Obviously want to see him make that play, but I'm going to keep coming back to him.
Jordan, we saw Tucker truck a couple of guys again tonight. What does that do for you guys in the huddle, and what does it do to the opponent when he's doing that kind of stuff?
It's awesome. It's awesome to see. I think it gives everybody juice. And like we talk about, like I said a little bit earlier, is, you know, I don't think it's not fun for a defender to try and tackle in the cold weather. So to see Tuck, I mean, he's another guy who loves that contact and loves trying to run guys over. So like I said, it just gives everybody a little bit of juice when you do that.